Well, I read the wrong thing. That's a Triolet and not a minute form. Excuse me. Here, let me do this. The minutes. This is the minute form, called the clothes horse. My husband hates to shop for clothes, and yet he blows like a whirlwind, undisciplined, into the store, and just like that, the lousy rat buys shirts and pants. I lick askance. How easily he found a size. Still, to my eyes, this isn't bunk. He's quite a hunk. So that's the minute. Okay. Go on from there. For the longest time, I couldn't keep blank verse and free verse straight. I thought they were essentially the same thing, but they're not. There's a definite difference. The blank verse is written in iambic pentameter, and that is 5 unstressed and 5 stressed syllables per line, but it doesn't rhyme. Nothing rhymes. It used to be poets and their audiences expected the end word of poems to rhyme every time. But in the 16th century, the English poets started copying an Italian style where lines were 10 syllables long, but they didn't use end rhymes, blank endings as they were. So that's why it's called blank verse, iambic pentameter with no rhyming. And free verse is just that. There's no set form, there are no rhymes, or if there are rhymes, there's no pattern. There are no set line lengths, there's no rhythm to it. It's probably the easiest poetry to write, which is also why there's probably more bad free verse written than not. That's just my made-up statistic. I have no clue if that's true or not, but it sounds right. But even free verse often has rhythm to it, probably because it tends to take on the natural rhythm of English speech. And we naturally and easily use stressed and unstressed syllables, so if you've paid any attention at all to what I'm saying, you can kind of hear a cadence, but if that's what you hear when you're hearing poetry, then it's not a very good poem, because you don't want to have to hear a cadence like that. So, again, there's no transition here, but I want you to know that if you condensed your short story or novel to its essential theme, then you could fit the whole thing into a poem of some kind. And the important thing about that is that all poems have a theme. If they don't have a theme, that's probably why they're a bad poem, or one of the reasons why they're a bad poem. And all poems, no matter how short, do have a theme. Ogden Nash wrote one, candy is dandy, but liquor is quicker. That's it. The theme is in the title, Icebreaker. So, I love Ogden Nash, too. Okay, I'm not going to try to tell you how to write the different forms of poetry. There are books that can do that. I can recommend several books that have been useful to me. There are some slips of paper here that have a list of some of the books that I really have used a lot.